This is the Scalper's Gold update for April 25th. Got a lot of stuff to cover tonight, and we'll start with the daily chart here. I do have some important news that may impact you. Let's cover this daily chart here of the Dow, mini Dow. This is the Scalper's Gold system on this particular chart here. Had a long at 10,131. That was stopped at 10,249 for a small profit there. Long hit again at 10,449. Okay, and that one has stayed in. We got our first stop here. This red dot that wasn't hit, moved higher. Got a new stop here. This remains our current stop. We do have a little market structure low formed today. Here's our Globex open right here. The daily market structure low, long side trigger now. Should tell us if we can get to that. If they trigger this one long, it'll be at 11,154. That may be the one that takes us to that monthly resistance, 11,000 in that 11,200 area. I can just peek at the monthly resistance here. You can see we're coming in. See, the monthly has triggered long. The monthly triggered long, and I posted that in another video in a prior week at 10,895. And you can see the monthly 50 period moving average here is what we're coming into. And we'll see then if it can close above there. Maybe by the end of the month, we'll see. Close above that area, and then we'll see if it continues to base that area and moves higher. 12,000 would be the next big kind of stop up there. Or if it comes up in here and kind of fails and rolls over again, we'll see. So everybody's kind of waiting for a correction, but at the moment things are still pretty bullish. So, all right, so that kind of handles the just a brief update on the daily and monthly pictures here. Okay, so let me bring in the ATM trading system here. Move this over here. The announcement is regarding the ATM and the Scalper's Gold systems. I'm going to be taking them off the market as of April 30th. I'll no longer be selling those to the public. You know, those that have it and that purchased it will have it. But if you have not by April 30th, that'll be your last chance to get this system or the Scalper's Gold system that I showed you on the daily chart there. And I'll be using them for my own personal trading, but no longer will it be available to the public. So if you want either one of these systems or both, you can go on the website at scalpersgold.com and take a look at them. Just to kind of give you an idea, this was Friday's trading. Here was the open around 9:30. What we're looking for initially is we're looking to get a, move this down here, either a first of these blue bars to split this dotted trend line here, or the first of a red bar to split. Now, so here is actually before the open here. Market is open. This first blue bar didn't quite get up to close above the trend line here, so we're going to ignore that. Here you had a red bar, didn't quite, it basically opened, closed, the high, the low, everything is below the trend line. So we need something that's at least going to split the line. And here's our first opportunity here. We get this first blue bar to close just above the trend line. We get a little arrow that confirms that for us. So we're going to wait the second bar since we're going against the trend. The trend is kind of flattened out here. And we're going to get a long trigger here, a couple of ticks above the high of this particular bar, which gives us either of 11,073. So 75 will be our long trigger, which gets us in here. Our stop is going to be a couple of ticks below the low here. So we get about a 14-point risk. And then we're going to try to stay in this trade as long as the momentum stays positive here. These green bars are positive momentum. And you can see we get a nice pop up here from 11,075. We get to a peak of 11,121. And then the momentum finally does go negative here. You can see we start getting negative momentum here. Close on this bar at 11,000. What was that? 109. So a little better than 30 points on that trade. That's the first trade of the day out of the setup just about 9:50 Eastern time. So just about 20 minutes after the market opened. Let's see if we get one more trade in before lunchtime here. We get a first red bar, doesn't breach the line though, so we got to ignore it. You get a blue bar here that does cross the line and close above it, but the next bar turns red there. And you do have this one splits the line. It's kind of small, but you can see it does split the line there. You get the next red bar. You'd have a short down here, but this turns back blue, so we've got to wait. No second blue bar. This one, you get a red bar, splits the line very nicely there. We're going to wait till the second red bar closes below the line, which we get. We're going to go short 2 ticks below that at 11,104. And our ATM line is negative with negative momentum. So we're going once we get into that trade here, we're going to stay into that trade as long as we can, as long as the momentum is with us. Here it starts to turn. We get some positive momentum coming in here. So worst case, we're going to exit here at 11,090. So just about 14 points on there. So we took about 30 on the first, and about 14, so about 45 points on those two trades. And at that point, we can pretty much call it a day. And you can see when these set up, you know, our entry was here with a stop. I forgot to mention the stop 2 ticks above the high here. And you can see the stop was just back here, was never threatened. Once it hit that 2 tick below these 2 bars here, that's the direction. And that tends to be the case. Okay, and let me give you a quick taste of the future, what I'm going to be bringing to you. Let me pull that up here. Okay, and I've got to do this real quick. So what we're looking for is the system here to give us a signal that we're going to get an entry. Okay, here's a called the TS1, and I'm just going to right click here, select automatic setup, click on the bar, and it tells me this based on my account I can go long 5 contracts at 11,089 with a risk of $375 based on the stop that it gives me at 11,074. So I'm only risking 375. Here's my target risk reward of 2.9 for a $1,000.82 profit if it hits the target there. So let me just kind of play this forward. Okay, so it does enter me into the trade and then stops me out. Okay, so I'm down 375 there. Let me remove this. Okay, so we're going to wait. Okay, we've got another trade set up here. So again, I'm going to select the automatic setup, click on the bar, and it's going to tell me here I can go long 4 contracts, a risk of $340 with a stop at 11,061 with a profit target of 992, and then a second profit target above that in that 1144 area. So let's see what happens with this one. Okay, I'm in. It gets me in there at 11,078. Okay, 100% initial risk is hit. That means I'm up $340. It's kind of there. We get a little pop up. Okay, gives us a TS4 signal, which is a short signal, but our trend is still long. The trend indicator you don't see, so we're just ignoring that. We're still long in this. Okay, Okay, boom, our target is hit. So we lost about 300 on the first. We made almost 1,000 on the second. 2 trades and we're done for the day. So stay tuned and I'll bring you this software next month.